In this little video, I'm going to show you how to set up for your squat, your bench press, and your overhead press. So first of all, the squat. Whenever you're setting the hooks to the correct height, you want to aim for between nipple height and the bottom of your armpit. So this might seem low, but it will ensure that you have it at the correct height and you're not going to be having to walk back in on your tippy toes whenever you're tired after a bunch of squats. It's better having it a little bit lower than a little bit too high. So err on the side of caution and go one hole lower than you think you should do. So walk it straight back in again and set it down. That looks pretty good. Next up is the overhead press. So your height for this should be pretty much the same height as your squat. So somewhere between nipple height and the bottom of your armpits. You want to grab the bar just outside your shoulder width, so index finger just outside shoulder width. And then get your elbows underneath it and then squat it off the rack, okay? Don't try and lift it off with your arms at an awkward angle. Get your elbows underneath it and then squat it off. Next, we have the bench press. So a really simple tip with this one, before you even touch the barbell, you want to try and line your bench up with the uprights, okay? So the top leg of your bench in line with the uprights that you're going to be using. So this applies to pretty much every rack you're going to be using. So you can see there, it's pretty much in line. And what this is going to do, it's going to mean that the bar is going to be directly over your eyes whenever you are bench pressing. So slide your bench in first, get it lined up, make sure it's not too far to the right or too far to the left, make sure it's nice and symmetrical. You can use a tape measure if you want to. And then for height, you're going to stretch your arms up and whatever you can reach for pretty comfortably there. Take a note of that. And then adjust your J hooks accordingly. So similar to the squat and the overhead press, you want to have it a little bit lower than too high so you're not having to stretch and reach for it to get it back into the rack, onto the hooks at the end of a heavy set. So then grab your bar once you have that right height, make sure they're even on both sides. Set the bar down, eyes straight underneath the bar, and do a couple of warm-up reps with just the empty bar. Perfect. And then straight arms, stiff elbows, push it back against the uprights, slide it down into the hooks. Simple as that. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if you want any more videos with tips.